Live. We're going live. Good morning, everyone, and happy Father's Day. Good morning,
Happy
Loki.
Father's Day out there.
Good morning, Loki. Good morning, Nina Green. I have a doozy of an idea that I'd like to run by you. I don't want to be selfish. I have a vision for this show. Um, this show I would like for us all to have a weekend place to come to talk. And my proposal is that this not be an exclusive to my channel. I would like to share this show amongst the halls of with my brother and sisters of Valhalla. And the one thing I ask is that me be a co-host if we have it on your channel. What do you think of those? What do you think? LGT is joining us. Good morning, LGG. How you doing?
You know, Jedi Bill, I think that's a great idea.
I come up with these ideas on the fly,
Make the morning blend a TM and let anyone who's willing or wants to host a weekend morning show. Absolutely. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I want to share. We can come up with our own topics and just have fun, wake up together, cook breakfast together. And that's kind of where my vision is with this show.
And that way, if you go on vacation, then there's no loss in continuity. The weekend morning blend continues.
Absolutely. Loki, if you'd like, you could come out and tell me your opinion on the idea. I'd love to hear it. The brew is strong with this one. I was laughing at that, by the way. Look, Loki.
Good morning, Nina.
Morning, guys. Here we go.
Good morning.
Aha.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Pflugerville, no, I sleep in spurts. I didn't sleep last night because I'm an insomniac. I sleep during the day. I'm nocturnal. I'm good like that.
Mark the infinitely tired. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Hey, Mark, you could even co-host this show on your channel. Oh, what do you say to that, Mark?
Not enough negative subs in it for him.
Not a negative subs. Oh, Mark. Or is The Rock running the show? Is your pet Rock running the show, Mark? Jeez. You have to stick it to him, Mark. Yes, that's a good idea. How is everybody doing? It's already the weekend. It's going to be Monday soon. Nope, 0 live streams. Yeah. We'll keep pressuring you, Mark. Maybe one of these days you'll cave. Maybe one of these days, right? So that was a heck of a karaoke stream last night, wasn't it?
Oh, Mr. yeah. CTV. I always get to sing a lot after midnight Central Time. Whew.
Have a
get
good
to or fun. Have to? That's a good question. Rambling Canuck went up for about 3 hours, and I went for about 3 hours, and I think it got to the point where everybody was scrambling to find a song as fast as possible because we were going through the rotation so fast. But we stayed consistent right around 10 viewers the whole night. So
Uh-huh.
I think at one point we were up at 15 viewers, but not bad for a karaoke stream.
Yeah, it was good fun. Good fun. Yeah, I think Del Cesarino wanted to come and sing, but her roommate had already gone to bed.
Yeah.
That's why she couldn't sleep. And she's got such a lovely singing voice.
Oh, she does. Yeah, it sounds beautiful. So definitely worth having her on.
Yeah, well, she's always welcome, isn't she? She's always welcome. Just as she's welcome to come on the show. So I know it's not morning all around the world. Since it's probably later in the afternoon if you're halfway around the globe, say like the UK and other various countries. So what you got? What's your plans for the rest of the day, Mr. CCDB?
Oh, wait for my kids to call.
Wait for your kids.
Well, wait for my... Oh, yeah. Taylor should be calling me today. I don't know if she will. But my younger son, who still lives with his mom, should be calling me today. And then maybe I'll make my son and daughter who live with me make me a dinner. See what they can come up with. How about you, Bill? You gonna go see your dad?
I won't see him, but I will make the phone call to him, and hopefully I won't catch him playing golf. Hopefully he won't be playing golf because it's going to be hot out there today, really hot. So
yeah,
I think it's golf weather.
Shouldn't be too bad if he gets a really early morning game in.
So, Fluger, you're getting a headset. That's cool. So you're
you may be right. I've wondered about posting the StreamYard in the open chat, but I don't know. I don't think we're big enough to worry about that yet.
Yeah, we're just really small at the point right now.
On the other hand, the moderator, Mr. Jedi Bill, he has the ability to mute and kick people out. So
yes, I do.
We'll see who regrets getting a headphone.
Good times.
I'm being good. I'm being good. Please don't hurt me.
I know.
How about you, LDG? What do you got plans for the day?
Unfortunately, one moment. Sorry. Be right back.
Okay, no worries.
busy already. Fixing problems, working through problems, IT problems. LDG, he's your guy. If you need a problem, he'll help you through it. He's a good person.
Unspiked coffee first thing in the morning.
Do you have a favorite blend of coffee or tea?
No. As a matter of fact, normally I just stick with either Maxwell House, or sometimes I'll splurge and get myself a bag of Dunkin' Donuts. In this case, though, the family that I have or had living here, they went to food bank and got one of those 10-pound bags of coffee beans, and so it's a good thing I had a coffee grinder. So I've been using that for a while. It's pretty darn good coffee too. Robert Pearson, morning to you and happy Father's Day back.
Yes. Good morning, Robert Pearson. Nice to see you. Not a coffee drinker, per se, but I love the smell of coffee, and I do have the occasional cup every once in a while. Probably have to find a good gourmet coffee. That would always be nice. When you go into like Whole Foods and you smell the coffee.
Oh, I'll drink 6 or 8 cups of coffee, so gourmet coffee would be a bit expensive for me. That's why I stick with the cheap stuff.
Yeah, that always works too. I had Berta Prey jump on, and Mama Prey told a short story on yesterday's show. That was pleasant. It's always nice to hear from Mama Prey. I really enjoy it when she has to tell her stories.
Oh, absolutely, and she's got some wonderful ones as well.
Yeah. I heard she's got her own channel too.
Mama Pray?
Yeah.
I don't really know. Mark the Infinitely Tired said, "Happy Patricide Survival Day."
What is that?
Patricide? Killing your father, basically.
Mama Pray is a saint, Pflugerville. But yes, I do sleep on occasion. It's been known to happen.
Well, like I said, I flippity and floppity all night, so I should say all morning. So I may have gotten some sleep, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Well, I actually tried to sleep. It didn't happen.
Yeah, me too.
Later.
I'll probably go back and take a nap this afternoon.
That's good.
I don't know. I have an appointment with my neurologist in the morning, so I can't do real late night tonight. So I'll probably jump off of this thing and watch a movie with my kids and try and go to bed early. We'll see.
That sounds like a good day. That sounds like a good day.
I think so.
Yeah, so this could be a community show where, Bird, if you wanted to host it on your show one morning, or Captain Trek, or the Valkyries, if they were up to it, could host it. We could just pass it around and make it a community show where we just all wake up together and talk about our day or our exciting week. That's more or less my vision for this show, and I hope you all think the idea is good. And I guess I'll be holding down the fort until you guys can get with me through Loki's Discord and direct message with me there. If you follow me on Twitter, you can message me and tell me your opinions and ideas on that. And if you're with us right now, you can tell me your ideas and opinions in the chat.
Well, I'm game, obviously. I hosted Insomniac Soup for you the other night, so
Oh yeah.
I'm willing to do it.
Yeah.
You know that.
I got a little chatty with a neighbor who I don't really talk to a whole lot. So,
which is, what?
Nice.
That's a perfectly good reason.
Yeah.
And when he came back on, you were all excited and hyped up. Worked out great.
Yep.
So you have a topic of discussion this morning, Jedi Bill?
Well, that's what I was. We kind of already glossed over it. I was kind of just shooting from the hip again. Start off with the coffee tea talk and move it on from there. See where it goes, so to speak. Because this show is still in its beta phase.
Good point.
I
Okay.
only started this yesterday. It's like I didn't go all night like I normally do. So, and I got up like 4.5 hours of sleep. So I was like, it's kind of early. Folks may be waking up. Let's do a morning show.
Good morning, Darth Haster, and happy
Morning.
Father's Day to you as well.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Boy, I can't believe you're still listening to the sound of our voices.
Yeah. Well, it's like, where's one? There's the other.
Well, since it's Father's Day, you want to tell stories about our fathers?
Sure. Yeah, I have to think about one. So, if you would like to kickstart it off.
Yeah, I'll get it started. I've mentioned this before, which is why my dad never went in the military, but he was born with a clubbed foot. And that was in Downey, California. I grew up in Paramount, California, which is, nestled snugly between North Long Beach, Compton, and Linwood. Oh, what a great place to live. But growing up, we lived in a trailer park. So even though we were poor and white, we weren't trash. I can guarantee you that. But we never could hire, plumbing or roofing or any other kind of repairman to come in. So my dad did it all. Worked on cars, worked on the house. And so every bit of skill that I've ever learned, I learned from him. And even when I was knee high to him, I would, get a little step stool out and watch him work on the engine. And he would send me to fetch tools for him. Or one time, and I was a knee high, he sent me into the house to get his cigarettes. And apparently, and remember, I'm very young at this point, so I don't remember this specifically, but my mom told me this story several times. I ran into the house and I said, Mom, Daddy needs his figatets. She had no idea what I was talking about. What's a figatet? So I grabbed his smokes and I ran back outside. Oh, God, I remember those days so fondly. Working with him on the house, hold this in place so I can glue it in, or hold this in place so I can nail it and screw it. As a matter of fact, when we were building the camper for the back of his truck, one of the jokes that he and I made was glue it, nail it, and screw it. And we did. We glued and nailed and screwed every piece of wood on that back of the truck. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I remember my dad very fondly. So that's my story. I could tell another one if you want.
No, I've actually thought of a good one. The year was 93, and it was just my father and myself. We were gonna go hike the Grand Canyon down to Phantom Ranch. It was in April, late April, and it's not really. It wasn't really a busy season, but you like if you wanted to stay certain places, you have to have your permits to stay in down at the Phantom Ranch. Well, that's a treacherous, very treacherous hike because all the switchbacks. It's like maybe 23 miles round trip from the trailhead. Very beautiful.
Steep climb too.
Oh yeah.
Most people from the South Rim use the much more gradual 50-mile round trip.
Well, there's numerous signs. Do not attempt to hike in one day. Of course, we had plenty of water, but in our infinite wisdom, we hiked all the way down to Phantom Ranch. It got hot that day, and we started early in the morning, of course, and it took us hours to get back because we weren't allowed to stay there because we didn't have the proper permits. But the hike down to Phantom Ranch is very beautiful. So we're hiking back up after we've discovered we can't stay in camp there. So I think we got, when we hiked up back to the top of the trailhead, like 4 to 8 hours have passed. It was like 7 or 8, or this sun was just going down, so it was nightfall by the time we reached the top of the trailhead. That was a long day. We took some good pictures. It's a very good memory. It was just my father and myself. That's one of my dad's stories.
That's a heck of a day. That is a long day on the trail.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
LDG, you got any stories to tell?
Here we go. I'm sorry, my fault. There we go. Actually, yeah, I mean, I guess I've had an interesting relationship with my father. Seeing he was in the military, I was potty trained at gunpoint.
Okay.
And though at the time I despised it, I excuse me, never really appreciated it until I got older, and what he did for me, what he's doing for me, what he's done for me. And I wouldn't be half the man I am now if it wasn't for what he did. Luckily, I had a mother that was loving, that counterbalanced the potty trained at gunpoint aspect, and kept me dead center. But a particular story with my father. Well, we used to. So I used to live up in New Hampshire. And we moved to Florida in '89, but we still had the house up north for quite a bit, for a few years before it actually got sold. So we were actually, and then my father owned a couple of businesses up in Massachusetts, and so there was a time where I was bouncing back and forth between Florida and New Hampshire, and mother would stay in Florida, and I was up with my father in New Hampshire for anywhere up to 6 months to a couple of years at a time, until the house was finally sold and we permanently moved to Florida. So there was a time during summer when school was out, and we used to my father owned a deli mart in Lowell, and we used to go every morning, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. we'd get up together, get ready, and we'd head out to work, where I worked at 11 years old at my father's convenience store. And I remember the mornings, the cold mornings where we used to get in his old Cadoba, and we'd head out. But before we went to work, we'd always stop by. This other kind of deli where we picked up a hot. And I don't know if you guys ever done this or if anybody else used to do this, but we used to pick up, because it was real cold. We used to pick up a huge bucket of beans, fresh homemade beans, not that canned crap either. And we used to have a cup of beans every morning. And while we were opening up the store, I remember just chilling with my father, and we'd have a cup of beans for the morning and get things ready. And that was it. Every morning, wake up at 5, open up the store together, and it was just me and him. It's not like we had, it was just me and him running this convenience store. And I do miss those days. I miss those days a lot. We went we opened up at about 8 o'clock a.m. and we worked till 10 o'clock p.m. and did that for the entire summer until I had to go back to school. But I do really miss those days. I know it's just me working, but if I had a moment to take those days back, I would. I did have fun, even though he only paid me $40 a week for the hours I worked for him, and took that money and went and got comic books across the street. But it was interesting. So he taught me everything: cash register, how to do the books, how to keep inventory, and I know that it was not fun, but it's, to me, I miss the hell out of those days compared to now.
Yeah, I get that. Oof, man, it's a sensitive topic for some people. Mark, the infinitely tired, he has an interesting story. You can go ahead and read it in the chat. I would like to hear more about his dad's awesome past.
You want me to read the comment? I posted or put it up in comment.
Yeah, you put it up on the screen. I saw that.
Okay. So should I read it out loud?
I don't know. That's up to you. I mean, he posted it in the public chat, so.
Yeah,
I think it's fair game.
Okay. He said, Mark, the infinitely tired, said he was raised by his aunt and uncle on a farm out in the middle of nowhere. Worked hard for my uncle, who works kind of a dockish and wanted to go to college, but he wouldn't let you. And then you said, then I met an old friend of your dad and found out that your father had an awesome past. I would like to hear about that. Maybe you could elaborate. You're welcome up here, Mark. Should I send that link, or can you find it up yonder?
All right, Darth Haster. Have a good morning, brother. Get some good sleep.
Yes, good morning. Just in case you feel like elaborating that story, Mark, more than welcome.
Oh, no, that's a nice one right there.
Chef, okay. You got this one, or you want me to get it?
Yeah, Chef Zilla said, my mom took me to Star Wars. My dad took me to Alien, Predator, and Aliens. Oh, right on.
Good morning, Jeff B. Happy Father's Day to you, my friend.
So, had to have been, 1990 or 1991. Maybe even earlier than that. Might have been 89. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, my brother, myself, and my best friend, my dad took us all to Disneyland. And that was one of the greatest days of ever. I mean, my dad would. I don't know if he saved up for this trip or not, but we got snacks all day long. We went on every roller coaster we could get on, and it was just the boys out, you know? Oh, that was a lot of fun. But we went on, I think it was, well, it was one of those roller coasters. I don't remember the name of it. It must have been the Matterhorn. But when it goes on one of those fast downhills, he would turn to me and put a scared look on his face and go, "Oh shit!" every time. And you know, there were like 3 or 4 drops on that thing. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, we laughed and laughed all day long. Oh, somehow it's better when it's just the boys out there having fun, you know, rather than the whole family.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Chefzilla, I know. I age myself all the time too. Here's the funny thing. My dad took me to see that Vietnam movie. The one with the drill instructor and Private Pile.
Yes, that's no.
Why can't I remember the name of it?
Oh gosh.
But I was a wee lad of 9 years old when we went to go see it in the theater. I'm not sure my dad understood what the movie was about when we went in.
Talking about Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal
Oh.
Jacket. That's it.
I was like, he's got to be talking about a different movie because how could you not remember Full Metal Jacket? Oh my god!
Oh, my memory sucks.
I
I keep telling people that.
Well, when you're an insomniac and you're the drunken philosopher, it tends to happen. It will pop in there when it wants to pop in there.
And you said Pile.
Yes.
I'm thinking I was thinking the other Pile, Gomer Pyle. So I'm
Gomer
like, wait
Pyle.
a second. Did they? I was like, he can't be talking about Full Metal Jacket. There's got to be some other movie with a pile. The way you made it sound.
That would have been more appropriate for a 9-year-old. Yes.
Oh. That's funny. I remember this movie, this guy, and if you said his name 3 times, damn it, what was that movie?
Pixels.
pickles. I woke up
Mark.
and there's a jar of pickles underneath my pillow. Run.
7.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
If you guys are wondering what
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, my bad. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, guys, by the way, I'm just putting together I'm gonna be uploading a quick Father's Day message from LDG Pixels. So I'm just putting together a quick movie here. It should take me about an hour or so, and I'll have that uploaded.
Right on.
Father's Day message.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, Alien was a good movie. They don't make them that way anymore.
That was 78, wasn't it? Isn't that? Yeah. Alien was 78.
It was super suspenseful and action-packed. It was a great movie.
And it had Sir Ian Holm, right? Just lost. Played a good Ash, the android.
Yeah, I don't actually know the cast that well. I mean, Sigourney Weaver, obviously. I know there were a lot of people who went on to do some really amazing work, and some who had been acting for a long time. But
And Ian Holm, who went on to play to play in the Lord of the Rings trilogy as Bilbo Baggins. Oh, so seeing a picture there. Okay, this is the rest of Mark's story. Mark the Village Heart said, told he was liked by all his is that supposed to be peers? And was
Peers, yeah.
A great pilot when he was lost. It was a sad day. That would be a sad. He can't find out anything about him other than he was liked by his peers and a natural leader. Very
Right
nice. 79,
Well,
and Chef Cello says 79 for Alien. I thought it was 78. But if you say it's 79, okay.
I love to salute the heroes of our country.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There are many. It's just sad what's going on. Trying to. Oh, no more negative. Let's keep it rolling with the good dad memories and stories.
All right, Chef Zilla, you have a great day. Enjoy your four-legged kids.
And yes. Thank you for dropping by, my friend. Thank you for dropping by.
I think I told the last story. It was a Disneyland one, right? So it's your turn.
Okay. It was probably, this is another hiking story, but this one includes my father and my younger brother, Jeff. We went hiking down to part of the Grand Canyon, a place called Havasupai. Yeah, you hike 13 miles down from the trailhead to where the campgrounds are at. And there was as we were hiking down to the bottom of from the trailhead, there was all these dogs, and the dogs belonged to the Indians who reside on the reservation there. And so we had plenty of buddies as we were hiking down, and we had the trail Mexico, and there's like four good waterfalls to view there. It's very beautiful. There's a creek that runs through there, and there's sulfur in the water. But the Havasupai is known as people of the blue-green waters. There's Havasu Falls and Navajo Falls and Mooney Falls, all really beautiful falls. Pretty good hike. I don't remember what it cost. You have to. There's a fee for when you hike down there, and you have to. I think it's like a year time if you're gonna go hike and stay in the campgrounds. There's several good spring water that you can fill up your water or your canteen bottle. That's a good hike. One night we had our backpack on the tree, and we had an animal friend visitor, a raccoon. We had the peanut butter in a tube, and needless to say, the next morning we found the tube chewed up and peanut butter all over the place. Yeah, so that was fun.
Oh, nature.
Yeah. That was a good hike. I had to on that hike. I had to. My dad and brother Jeff, they got tired, so I had to push them and say, "Come on, we can do it." I was supposed to say, "Come on, we can go. It's only a couple more miles." That was.
Just over the
I
next
was
dune.
in much better shape then, of course.
You said that 3 dunes ago. Jeff B said the last movie he went to with his dad was Jurassic World.
Oh. I think the last movie I went with my dad was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That was
a while ago.
yeah, more than a while ago.
Oh, I'll tell you this. So actually, you know what? I take that back. Wait, let me just double check the release date. Raiders of the Last Crusade, right? Did I say Raiders or Last Crusade?
Yeah, you said Raiders. Last Crusade.
Oh, sorry. No, Last Crusade. Sorry, my bad. Last Crusade. That's the one with the Sean Connery and the drinking getting old wrong cup.
1989.
Yeah, that was 89. And then there was one called what was it called? Wrapped the tip of my tongue. Not Full Metal Jacket, no. Damn it, it had to do with the chicks and haircut salon. It was a single term. Hair salon, girls chat talking, was a chick flick. Mother wanted to go see it.
The opposite of barbershop.
Drama. It was drama. It took place at a women's barber, like it was all ladies haircut salon, and all the ladies had their lives.
Yes, that was Mystic Pizza, I believe.
Wow. No.
Okay.
Mystic.
I don't know. That's what it sounds. That's what you sound like you were describing. Who am I? I get things wrong.
It was drama. It was like a drama movie. It made, it was one of those movies like Driving Miss Daisy, that kind of famous. Gold. It's one word. One word. Had a weird name to it. I gotta look this up.
And you're making fun of my memory.
I think it started with the G. Golden. What's the chat saying? Anybody? Mongolius. Black Mongolius. Gold Mongolius. Something like that. I think that's it.
Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias. Thank you. God. Oh my God. Who did that? Who said Roberts? That? Who was that? Pflugerville. Right here, Pflugerville. Thank you, Pflugerville. You saved me from looking like more of an idiot than I already am. Steel Magnolias came out. Oh, that came out in 89 too? Okay, I'm screwed. They both came out in 89. My bad. Anywho, so that was like one of the last movies. I don't know which one came out first, Steel Magnolias or Raiders of the. I mean, I'm sorry, the other one, the Indiana Jones one, Last Crusade. But my father wasn't a movie guy. Like we went to see movies back when movies actually mattered. Where movies you actually like went to the theater dressed up, where you went to the theater and it was jam packed. Your local theater was jam packed. I know you can kind of say that recently, but it wasn't the same for me. Movie theaters just had a whole different tone back then, especially where I lived. And anyway, during Steel Magnolias, my father started snoring in the middle of it. He hated that movie. He passed out. Mother was the only one who wanted to watch it. And I'm there. I didn't get it. Like, I'm 9 years old, so I had no clue what the hell this freaking movie was about. I mean, I barely understood, the Last Crusade, for God's sakes. I just thought it was cool because I saw people dying from drinking liquid in the action scenes and whatnot. But
Right.
Steel Magnolia is completely over my head. Like, if I watched it again today, I'd be like, oh, crap. Oh, that's what it was. Gotcha. But he passed out in the middle of it. All of a sudden, you're here. My mom had to wake him up like 3 or 4 times. That was so funny. But no, we weren't really watching movies like that. After that, after that I basically broke off, and that's when I started doing things by myself. Like, they used to drop me off at Disney World by myself, or Universal by myself, or I'd get the bus by myself to go to the mall to play the arcades or stuff like that. So, unfortunately.
Now, Robert Pearson has one of the best stories I've heard today. He says, growing up, I felt like my father was bullied by his boss. I used to spend time away from it all with the mechanic who tinkered with all sorts of stuff. One day I came home and my dad was so different. He ended up getting his boss's job, and his boss ended up cleaning cars. Great times.
Wow.
That's like a real life Back to the Future story right there.
Wow.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Welcome to the Morning Blend. If you're just joining us, got any dad stories? We'd like to hear them. You're welcome to come up and tell us a dad story in honor of our fathers.
And my father's forefathers, fathers' forefathers.
What does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Too much fun.
Oh yeah. Still working away, LDG.
Yeah. I'm just loading up my Premiere file right now. I'm getting my I downloaded a whole bunch of Father's Day related videos from Envato. You guys should really check that website out, man. It's really cool, and if you can afford it, man, you guys could have a nice resource to make videos with.
Which is it?
And how much is it?
No, what's the name?
Oh, Envato. 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 Now, the Envato actually does a number of things. The one that the one that I'm particularly talking about is called Envato Elements. It's this website right here. And I know you guys have heard me talk about this before, and if you haven't, now you have. Envato Elements. It is a subscription-based licensing content provider that gives you all the licensing you need for no content matches whatsoever. Photos, videos, music, video templates that you can edit and re-render, sound effects, photos, fonts. You get a whole bunch of fonts, WordPress plugins, even 3D objects.
Ooh.
So I just looked up on the videos, and I just looked up father and dad, and I was able to. Then there's 9 million downloads they have. It's unreal.
Is that called Video Oz?
Huh?
Did you say Video Oz?
No.
No.
Video Oz. No. I just said videos. They have videos. They have video templates. That everything, fonts, the whole 9 yards. They even got 3D stuff here. So, like, for instance, give me an object. Just give me any name something, anything.
Cup
object.
Coffee.
Cup of coffee. Look at this. Cup of coffee. Now wait for it. So, which one looks good here? Let's get this steaming cup of Joe right here. Right? view 3D render, and you download these files and you can use them however you want. Now watch this. Completely 3D without any software. This is fully downloadable. I know you're seeing a little stuttering because it's going. I'm trying to go slow here so you can see how much 3D, like this thing is rotating with my mouse, that you could use in anything you want to use. Bunch of 3D objects.
Now that's a flying saucer I wouldn't mind seeing.
Right? I mean, anything at all. I mean, an airplane. Well, they might not have absolutely everything, but they have a lot. I mean, I've yet, out of all the things I've asked for, look at these paper airplanes.
What'd you put in there? You put in their plane? You got, you put plane. Paper plane in?
No, I just put airplane. It gave me these right here.
You got paper airplanes,
origami planes, yeah,
and hand planers. That was weird.
You know, and if you want to take this to a step where you're like, oh well, that's cute and all, but how could you use that? Well, you got these 3D objects. You know how to use the file like I would know, like I know how to use it. You could take this and make a cool animation out of it, make it going across your screen or something, and you know it's a 3-dimensional object. It's already rendered and you know, like you see AT doing all that crap he's doing. Like it just, you don't have to do all that. It's already done for you.
Yeah, Mark the Infinitely Tired. That was a good story. I wish you had known your father as well. Would have been fantastic. And Pflugerville says, "Oh, LDS finally caught his mouse."
So, look at this stuff. I mean, I just typed in spaceship, right? Because that's what AT's been working on. And we got spaceships here. We got rocket ships here, space stations. Nice Odyssey ship right here, all 3D. It's a really cool website, guys. Anywho, sorry to get off topic for a minute.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
Last thing I'm going to say is, out of all the websites that claim they're copyright free and claim they're free, or they got all this stuff, this is the one website that really shocked the hell out of me with their terms and conditions, from their availability, for their ease of use, for their saying one thing and doing exactly what they say they do. Like, I got a license for all this. So even if somebody tries to take some of this stuff and nail it so that I get content copied, I have the license, copy and paste to dispute.
LDG, will you in a DM on the Discord send me that link
for this cool ship, or the website itself?
The website.
I know. Website. All right, cool. There you go. Copy. It only costs me. I spent the money for the whole year. It only cost me $198. And anything you use, even after that year, if I don't renew, I still can use. Like, whatever I use, I don't have to like take down. It's permanent. I can't use anymore until I renew the license, but anything that I've already used, they won't come after me for.
Oh, so you keep the licensing even after you're
even after it's done. Everything that you used it for, I can't use anymore, but everything I used it for the whole year is done. It's permanent, golden. Some websites will do that. They'll say, if you don't have the license anymore, you can't use it anymore. Like, whatever you have is, you no longer have the license. You know, just like a video game, how you don't own the game. They're doing this weird thing now where you just, own license for the game. And if you don't pay the subscription, then you can't play the game anymore.
Okay.
I put the link in the chat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were talking about flying saucers. Here, you want to do your own Independence Day? You got your own Independence Day right here, man. If you know how to use these files, man, you could make some cool little things. Like, you don't have to make the next blockbuster movie with this stuff, but you can. And this is the kind of stuff I want to put on my channel. That's why I'm like working so hard at getting XSplit exactly how I want to get it. And you know what I mean? And get everything. That's why I spent $200 on this damn Stream Deck, and I got the Adobe licenses and everything, because I really want to push this. And You think AT's channel is nice and pretty, and it is. I'm gonna blow your guys' mind away, and this website is definitely gonna help. Okay, and this website I recommend to everyone.
All content creators, correct?
Yeah, content creators, or if you just need even if you're a graphic artist, anybody there who makes money just doing graphic artists, like you work at Kinko's or something like that, this website would be great for you. The stock photos in this is crazy. Real, true high resolution, not that fake high resolution that the other free websites like Pixels says they're high resolution, but they're really just 1080 re-rendered at 4K, so you can see the discolorations and stuff, even though they're kind of masked, but you can still, it's not like picture. Like if you download a 4K image, if that thing is not crystal effing clear, it's fake. It's just 1080 and they just blew it up to 4K. This website has true high resolution images, as many as you want, 9 million different links.
Well,
they haven't been shady in the slightest.
For a paying site, I should hope their quality would be good.
Yes, but touche. But if you look at the price of like Adobe stock photo or Shutterstock, you're going to spend 5 times as much money. This is the reason why I don't go to those websites, because they're so damn expensive. Like you'll spend $20 just for one image. I've already downloaded gigabytes from this site. And if I would have not only that, but like Shutterstock, and they're only photos. That's it. They're just photos.
Yeah.
You should get music, sound effects, videos, pictures. That alone is enough to buy it. Then you get fonts, project files, Photoshop actions, WordPress plugins. It's crazy how much stuff this website. I can't say enough about this website. I wish, if they could sponsor me, if I can get sponsored by them, I'd take them up in a heartbeat. And their terms and conditions are clear. They have videos across the board, so they just don't flash like text. They actually have videos explaining their terms of service and what you can and cannot do. And yes, there are some things you can't do. Okay, so you can't redistribute the files by stock. So I can't give you guys these files. That's against the rules.
Yeah,
I have to use them. I can't just take a photo, do absolutely nothing to it, and start printing 50 shirts with it and selling the shirts. That you cannot do. So there are certain rules, but they make it clear as day. As long as you alter it or you put it or you add value to it, it's fair game. As long as you're not just 100% ripping off the content, that's the only thing you can't do. And you know what? That's not the point. That's not why I need it. I don't need it to rip off the content. I need it to make stuff with. And that's exactly what this license is good for.
Now, Robert Pearson, why would you do that? We all know that Mark the Infinitely Tired is trying to get to negative 10,000 by the 4th of July.
I'm still wondering how you're going to do. I mean, do you need a hacker to help you with that? Because once you get to 0, that's going to be the hard part.
Last time I checked, he had 29 subs.
Yeah, getting to 0. I word on you, man. I hope you can do it right there, brother. How are you going to get that negative 1?
To you, Mark.
I don't unless everybody's unsubscribed. You know what you might want to try is you get your 10,000 subscribers and you have them all unsubscribe at the same time, and maybe YouTube will screw up and give you a -1. Everybody's subbing and unsubbing at the same time. Maybe the math screws up and you end up with a negative. And I'm not lying. That actually might be a way of doing it. That's the only way I can think of it, man. Because YouTube doesn't know how to, the way they write the records and it gets solidified back and forth. If you have a whole bunch of people subbing and unsubbing at the same time, you might catch it where for a split moment you might have a -1 or something. That's the only thing I could think of, dude.
That really would be cool. Take a screenshot of it.
Take a screenshot of that real quick, dude.
Oh, back to telling dad stories.
I don't think so.
Or are we going to wrap it up? It's been an hour.
A lot of.
Yeah. It depends on how you feel. I'd go at least another half hour.
I'm ready to go make myself some breakfast.
Okay, well, very good. We can wrap this up. We don't have to stretch it out.
This isn't the Insomniac Soup. This is a good morning. Have a cup of coffee and tell some story.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, everybody, happy Father's Day. And if you haven't already, go in there and call your father, give your father a hug.
Yes.
You know, it's surprising that not surprising. I'm just glad we do have a day like this and make the best you can of it.
Thank you, Loki, for dropping by. Thank you, Mark the Infinitely Tired. Thank you, Pflugerville. Thank you, Robert Pearson. It's all been wonderful to have you drop in. Thank you, Jeff B, for dropping by. Appreciate that. Thank you, Chef Zilla. Thank you, Nina Green and Darth Haster. Thank you all for coming to the Morning Blend. Did I leave anybody out?
I don't think so. I think you got everybody.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next Saturday. Same time, same channel until further notice.
You doing an Insomniac on Monday, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying next Saturday. I'm like, well, I don't get to see Jedi till next Saturday.
Next Saturday for the Morning Blend.
Gotcha.
Could be on my channel if any of our brothers and sisters would like to host the show over on their channel. I don't want to be selfish, and I'd like to see this become a morning show amongst the community. With that in mind, happy Father's Day. Reach out if you can to say hello to your father. Just remember the good times. And catch y'all on the next one. Have a great day, folks.
Thanks again, Jedi Bill. Happy Father's Day.
Take care.